all of your feedback, positive and negative, about my crash out on the podcast. I read all them comments. Some of y'all were really funny. Some of y'all were just trying to be mean. But more importantly, somebody was like, you don't owe these people an explanation. But the bottom line is, I do. At the end of the day, I was able to quit my job because y'all love me. The only reason I was on that podcast in the first place is not because of Fresh and Fit. It's because of y'all. So please believe, if you don't think I owe an explanation to the people that pay my bills, you crazy. I heard y'all. Loud and clear. I see what the situation is. Y'all was calling me GOAT, calling me legend. You was saying Kevin Samuels lived through a nigga. You was telling me your life stories and shit. Some of y'all just saw me as your cousin Brandon, who y'all really fuck with. Some of y'all see me as family. So then what y'all saw was your cousin crashing out on a public forum, and you was like, Cuzzo, no, Cuzzo, you embarrassing us. I get it. Most people have to pay for that kind of media training. I got that kind of media training all in a weekend simply because I care about what y'all think, because you pay my bills. Please believe I do care about what you think. And so all the Fresh and Fit fanboys still just mad calling me the G word, will never get over the fact that it's smoke with them bitch ass niggas. All I know is that the men who spend $35 to watch a 3-hour podcast on a Friday night because they don't get no coochie, who are probably subscribing to them OnlyFans girls that are on the show. If you people, the sex worker savers, are mad at me, I know I'm doing the Lord's work. Can I get an amen? You a sex worker saver, nigga.
I don't know why. Y'all thought I was feeling that lame ass, simp ass, sex worker saving ass in the place. Let me save you, girl. Mama, let me save you, girl. Let me save you, girl. I'm trying to save you, girl.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So, as you guys know, for the last week or so, Brandon Jamal has had quite a few episodes. It started with, originally I had covered the first podcast that he ended up on, which seemed to see some brothers that he's cool with. And I covered that on a couple of live shows. But afterwards, he did up doing Fresh and Fit. And as far as I recently know, he has been on the Saint and the Sinner. The video that I just showed you guys of was him holding himself accountable after what happened on Saint and the Sinner. And without further ado, I'm going to show you a few clips of what happened on that show. Check this out.
But Brandon, hey, listen, brother. Please understand, bro, right, bro, that again, I'm not invested enough to dislike you or hate you, brother. I truly want the best for you. I truly want you to go on and get 10 million subscribers, sell 20 million merch. You feel me?
I truly think you.
Sure.
It is what it is.
Sure. Well, hey, I truly hope that you go on, brother, and succeed. My only thing is, brother, is how you're going about it. Probably isn't the best way, but I truly hope you find your way, all right? I
hope your sons grow up to know their daddy a bit.
Well, hey, man, I hope my sons don't. You feel me? Yeah, right?
No.
But right.
I grew up to realize that my stepdaddy was a bitch.
Well, hey, you see, brother, you have some unresolved issues in that department, right?
But I don't.
Again, no, and that's why. But that's why you understand, brother, right?
What does the saint talk about men of morality? I have not wavered on my stance that you, my good man, are a bitch.
Yeah.
So he had a little episode with that brother right there, as well as Saint in the Center. And I know one of the things that he was referring to that really got to him and why he kind of crashed out the way he did was apparently there was maybe some poking of the fun of his speech problem. And I want to share a video with you guys of him explaining the details of the whole speech situation. Anyway, let's keep that moving.
Being a content creator is so freaking hard. No, I'm playing. Y'all know I like to play. But let's be honest real quick, all right? I haven't had to work on my speech since I was a boy. The reason I clip my videos the way that I do is not just for good editing. It's because I do 30 takes for every video, bro. Like, you have no idea how many takes that I do per video because I stutter. That's why I'm speaking so slowly now. I haven't had to work on my speech since I was a boy, because ever since I was a boy, when people find out that I have a stutter, their immediate reaction is to give me grace. Now, I was born in Chicago, but I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where folks are decent for the most part. But even in Chicago, since I've been back home, been back to the place that I was born for the past 12 years, whenever I tell someone in the middle of a conversation that I have a stutter, it's not frustrating for them to give me grace. They just do it. Because who in the hell overtalks someone after they've told you that they have a stutter? More importantly, who in the hell? I wasn't about to cry. I was forcing myself to say the word who. Who in the hell would... You can understand the point. This is why this is important. I found my calling. I want people with stutters to understand. If your stutter is bad, you can eventually graduate to the point where people don't even respect the fact that you have a stutter because you carry it so well. In my everyday life, I don't talk when I don't want to, but also in my everyday real life, when I am talking, as soon as I tell someone I have a stutter, they keep it in the back of their mind and they give me grace. And it's usually effortless to people. So we all know the internet is full of bullies. And the good thing about being genuine and the good thing about being genuine and not being afraid to be yourself, because child, if you think I busted my ass like this to quit my job to do this, to act like anybody but me, you crazy as a sumbitch.
You know, as far as that last part, I can definitely understand where he's coming from, because I'm the same way when it comes to this channel. And the same way how he feels about his fans, like he mentioned in the first and like I played in the intro, is the same way as that I feel about you guys watching me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, y'all are the reason why I can do what I do. So I'm always going to be forever grateful to my audience, which is why I try to be transparent as possible. And clearly he's the same way. So as far as your transparency, bro, and willing to be vulnerable and let guys know your flaws and things that you dealt with and struggled with growing up into becoming to where you at now, I can really appreciate that. Because let me tell you something. It's a lot of brothers out here that are not willing to do that. And I think, especially with this month being mental Men's Mental Health Month. I think that's very, very important. So big ups to that brother being willing to be vulnerable like that. And I think that's something that us as men have to be more comfortable doing, especially amongst each other, because let's be real, like, women don't really care about men's struggles. All they care is that we overcome it, so that way we don't appear weak to them. And that's not me trying to take a dig at women or anything, but let's just be honest here. We see this on podcasts all the time. But again, man, shout out to that brother. And I felt the same way when I went through that period a week ago, not being able to upload. All I was doing was thinking about you guys and like, damn, man, I hope they ain't forgot about me. I hope they don't think I'm letting them down. It's just that I was locked out of my account. It sucked. It was nice to get a mental break, and it just happened to be Men's Mental Health Month. But at the end of the day, guys, I can't do this without y'all. All right. So again, much appreciated. Let's keep it moving. Because I wanted to show you another video of where Saint in the Center had brought up something else that Brandon actually shedded light on before in one of the videos that I did about him a long time ago, but I guess he revisited the conversation when it was brought up on the podcast. Check this out.
What kind of dirtbag are you when your sister has an issue? Her niece or nephew is put to your custody.
Let me tell you a story. Back in 2018, I adopted my niece. She was almost 5. Long story short, my sister had an episode and she lost her kid to the state. Tell me why I became Uncle Dad overnight, because none, and I mean none, of our siblings with children would take my niece. One of my favorite sayings in Spanish is, donde comen cinco, comen seis, which means where 5 can eat, 6 can eat. It's pretty much seamless to add another mouth. That shows you how problematic my sister was, that none of our siblings with children would take her. But ever since I was a teenager, I've always loved kids. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I went all the way out for this little girl. She said she like Frozen, so I was like bedding, a trash can, a nightlight, motherfucking wall stickers, nigga. I was not playing. Uncle Jamal was in effect. I even went to the internet and learned how to do hairstyles for a little girl, because, I'm a grown-ass nigga. I don't know how to do no little girl hair. See them barrettes in there with them little man, that shit ain't no accident, nigga. That's Uncle Jamal, nigga. Zigzag parts with the ponytail. Nigga, I was doing box braids. Don't play with me. We ain't even gonna talk about the process of having to... And we ain't even gonna talk about the process of having to execute a proper wash day for a little black girl's hair. I even had to get her registered for kindergarten at one point in time. My sister was the baby mama drama that I never had and never wanted. It literally got to the point where we had to communicate via the social worker only. He was that bad. Then my poor niece, she had stereotypical stripper's kid syndrome. She was so used to lying and getting away with it that she lied all the time for everything. Look at this cute ass face. Now imagine this 4-year-old lying as much as a 14-year-old does. And I ain't gonna tolerate this lying from the little girl. She was always on punishment, but she did not give a fuck. Do you know why? I couldn't touch her. I had her via the state. If I would have popped her on her mouth a little bit, guess who's going to jail? My black ass. And dog, babysitting was falling through every single week. Mind you, I didn't have 9 months of pregnancy to get ready for this shit. It was overnight. And I was a waiter. I work evenings, nigga. I need help. I got so much blood family in the Chicagoland area. And when I tell you, none of these people who have so much experience with children love me enough to be able to tolerate... And when I tell you, none of these people who have so much experience with children loved me enough to be able to tolerate more than one tough night with a 4-year-old who does not know you. Like, she's literally only saying this is okay on the strength of my Uncle Jamal say this. Like, she don't know you at all. Literally the only reason she feels comfortable me... Literally, the only reason she feel comfortable with me leaving her here is because she trusts her Uncle Jamal, and Uncle Jamal say it's cool. But she still don't know y'all. Of course it's going to be difficult the first night. Maybe the first couple nights. Now, don't get it twisted. Uncle Jamal saying you cool at the time meant a whole lot. That shit held weight. But she's still only almost 5. Not to mention, she's away from her single mom for the second extended period of time in her very short life. And the first time she was away from her mom was traumatizing enough. She was literally in the county jail fighting an attempted murder charge because after an argument, her boyfriend chose to get out the car, so she ran him over. The man was small and it was a truck. He almost died. But this love drunk idiot kept coming to court like, nah, Your Honor, it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little, nah, it ain't like that. The nigga couldn't even walk. And of course his family wouldn't take him to court. So you know who was picking his dumb ass up to court? So you know who's picking his dumb ass up so he can come to court and testify? My black ass. Because even though I can't stand this little heifer, that's my little sister. I got an ungrateful little sister. I got a bad niece who I'm giving all the empathy I can possibly muster to, and babysitting's falling through every week. Not to mention, I told you all the blood relatives that I have in the greater Chicagoland area. When I tell you not one time did them people bring us no food. Not one time. I know I grew up in North Carolina. You know, I was born here. I grew up in North Carolina. I'm Southern at heart. So, you know, I expect a certain type of love from people who you call family. But like, one time, nobody brought us no food, nigga. I ain't even talk about no money, nigga, no food. Please don't ask me why I don't fuck with my family. You can imagine how tough this shit was. Hell, you can hear it in my voice. You can imagine how tough this shit was. Hell, you can hear it in my voice when I reminisce about it. But one thing I never, ever, ever thought about doing, turn on my front camera, record myself crying, add music, and post that shit to the internet. But I just got one thing. I just got a couple things to say to my niece one time. I know it's been a few years, and I know your mother's probably convinced you that I did something terrible to you because I know how she is. I think about you all the time. I hope you turn out to be a great person, but I can't communicate with you because I can't deal with your mother, and I'm sorry. But I want you to know, out of all the videos that I've made and that are on my phone, I want you to know this is my most prized possession.
Yo, I know she wasn't over there trying to do the gritty. It looked like she was trying to do the gritty. But but in all seriousness, no, this probably explains his arc and the reason why he is the way he is and why this particular topic and this particular niche as far as the single mom thing goes, this is probably why he relates to it so much. Can you imagine being pretty much dumped into that situation, having no kind of idea of how to be a parent, never had a child yourself? This isn't even your own child. That's crazy. I mean, but he took that head on and he did what he had to do. I will tell you this much. He's not going to have any problem showing that he's a good father. I can tell you that much. Because if he can handle that at the drop of a hat, no kind of preparation or nothing for it, not even know that he's going to end up with that responsibility, and he was able to get it done, then I can only imagine how he's going to be when he has his own children. Anyway, let's close it out with this song that he did a reaction to for Fresh or Fit. Yeah, I'm starting to see more and more why y'all guys don't like Fresh and Fit anymore. Oh, man, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler, because I recently started posting vlogs from Brazil. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, you guys, deuces.